Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. These words, spoken by Nelson Mandela, still echo around the globe, inspiring millions to rise above their circumstances and strive for a better world. Born in South Africa on July 18, 1918, Nelson Mandela was originally named Rolihlahla, a name suggestive of the troublemaker he would later become. When he was only 9, Mandela's life took a dramatic turn as he was adopted by a friend of his father. It was at this point that a teacher bestowed upon him the name Nelson, a name that would eventually become synonymous with freedom and justice. Mandela's passion for justice led him to study law and eventually open South Africa's first black law firm. But it was his involvement with the African National Congress, or ANC, that would thrust him into the spotlight. Initially, Mandela was an advocate for nonviolent protest, inspired by the methods of Mohandas Gandhi. However, the banning of the ANC in 1960 marked a turning point for Mandela. He led a secret army known as Spear of the Nation and started to question the effectiveness of nonviolence. His plans to bomb buildings without causing harm to people led the government to label him a terrorist, and in 1962, Nelson Mandela was imprisoned. His imprisonment lasted a staggering 27 years, during which there was an international campaign for his release. Other countries boycotted South Africa, refusing to trade or participate in sports with them. The pressure eventually led to Mandela's release in 1990. 4 years later, in a historic moment, all races were allowed to vote in the South African election. Mandela, once a prisoner, now stood as the country's first black president. His presidency lasted until 1999, and he continued to serve his nation until his death in 2013 following a lung illness. Mandela's life was a testament to resilience and the power of persistence. He was awarded the Peace Prize in 1993, and throughout his life, Mandela received over 695 awards, the most anyone has ever received. Today, on Nelson Mandela Day, people spend 67 minutes helping others, a minute for each year Mandela spent serving South Africa. His life, his achievements, and his words continue to shape our world, reminding us of the power of education, the importance of leading from behind, and that the impossible only remains so until it's done. Mandela's legacy is a beacon of hope, shining brightly in a world that still grapples with issues of inequality and injustice. His story shows us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. And perhaps most importantly, he taught us that the way a society treats its children is a reflection of its soul. Nelson Mandela's life was a journey of struggle, resilience, and ultimately, triumph. His story continues to inspire us, reminding us that we too can change the world.